Tuesday, 960, Arukh HaShulchan. If you'd like to sponsor and come share Arukh HaShulchan, please contact me directly. It'd be very greatly appreciated. They're doing Simon Topation and Ches, see if hey through your base. Hey, but I forgot the Yavish puzzle, even though dry acid was puzzle, can become kombush if it's wilted. It's not the right term. It's like what happens to food when it becomes mushy, I guess. To viol kosher. It's kosher like other species which are kosher and they're wilted. Can't hate it, but Gemara. So it's explicitly by my cool and kamushim. If they're all wilted, quick shame. Please, I'm Hashim Semper. Okay, which was my real. So that was okay. My real say the kamush puzzle. The kamush is no good. Who the overtainment is astonishing. Mordechai kosev shekosher b'shas atchak. Because it's kosher if you're under pressure. Now, Bezekos Rabbeinu Yosef Sibra Godol, so Timotov Range Test, Luto Satvus. It's a typo. It's talking about kavush. Kamush is okay. Even shlobish has a chak. Kavush, soaked, is also unless b'shas l'chak. You're the elu to pass the kamush. Those who do pass the kamush, come also the idea commission these yabish miktos agamke. That by becoming the soft, it also became dry. Became masha goes to shvi. She is still kamush. Kamush is steam biyabish. He started saying about kamush, and he started speaking about dry. And then Baal goes, "Hey, brisa." When the bahag brings the brisa, has soaked up so ruach, and so goes is bloated, which is kind of somewhat rotten. Kavush, soaked, shaluk, cooked, v'chulei pasul. Bag isa kamush v'lo kavush. It says the bag says kamush, not kavush. It's on the other mushing shem hein levada esrog. It's that since he's saying explicitly that explicitly it's supposed to say kamush and not kavush, obviously pastel's kamush. So then they start with the kamush is kosher, hein levad me'esrog is the other species besides esrog. This must have been the version the Rokeach Maril had. He's a pshit the kamush pastel. According to this, the type is kamush is pastel. Paying yesh loris in this way we should pass it. Mishnah Berurah says kamush, even if it's complete kamush, it's kosher as long as it has some moisture left. And nevertheless, since we see it's kamush, the Avram says you have to check it. Okay. Vav. Kasav Rambam Periches. Mishnah needs to be more lenient, I should point out. Kasav Periches didn't sign. Esrog Shenikev, Nekem Foolish. Esrog which has a hole which runs through and through it. Kosher, no matter how small the hole it's puzzle. Shem Foolish, it doesn't run through and through. In Miyak Isser Yosef, it's the size of a coin called Isser or more puzzle. Chasav Kosher puzzle. If it's Esrog is missing any part of it, it's puzzle Kalashano. I mean, the nekeb sheish bo chisaron. If a hole causes a part of the esrog to be missing, and that what's missing is from the flesh of the esrog. The animal foolish even doesn't go straight through, but from side to side it's possible. I have a nekeb shein bo chisaron, but a hole which not cause any part to fall off. Such as we put a peg there, something similar. The place become like a hole. But nothing's missing from the actual end. So I mean, I had some clue, there's nothing missing at all from the end. So the possible is different to if it goes through with that. It's possible if it doesn't go through, so it's got to be the size of an isser. So if it's no chisaron, it's until it's the size of an isser, it's still okay. Zayin foolish. What is called foolish? It means some say dafka me'evlei, it goes from side to side. Some say the vadai ma'matav tachtisa shkolu sham chadja zera below in the bottom of the esrog where the seeds are not to be found. So me'evlei pas esrog has got to go from straight on through. But the rest of the esrog when it's pierced at chadja zera to the place where the seeds are, mikra foolish. That's called foolish. There's no pollution. The foolish is only. It's halfway through when it gets to the seeds. Shmuel says Allah should be machmir like this. Shas can rely on the svara, the original svara, and make that it's not possible to go through and through altogether. They make a brother that says so, especially when it's not missing something. V'das shishesh b'es ad chadja zera Sholosh klipas. There are 3 peels in an esrog until you get to the seed chambers. Hachas, so the other one is the top one, shidakama, which is very thin. Becoming gleed, it's like a frosting. There's no psul in that level unless it's been peeled altogether. Klipa zu kasam rama perik but Truma it's really good Truma in terms of an Esrog of Truma, the Klipain Avagab would be the Mashlichim or some. Even though you toss away those peels, become nevertheless, assume it's they're forbidden for non-Kohanim, my chum. There's no Klipa Dako Shablos. It's like the thin skin of all fruit. You see, the second one here, Klipa Ava, which is the thick peel, should call them as the entire wall of the Esrog, until you reach the seed chambers. Klipa. It's also called a peel. Shakol over a kurkaban. It's like the entire thickness of the gizzard in a chicken. It's called the flesh, not the flesh, the hide. Afal peel shazel ikachilas. Until you're eating this part of the kurkaban. So to this by Esau came tika pere hem chajas. The primary fruit is the seed chamber. And even the flesh above it is called a peel. And there you have the shiurim for holes which we've explained. There is literally in the seed chambers klipa dakamot, a very thin membrane, which is like the membrane which is on the yolk of the yolk of an egg. V'bein zera lezera, that is between each seed. That makes no difference. Those who want to say that all the holes refer to holes in the outermost peel, it's not true. Sharatzian says that how many peels are in Esrog? One is the very, very thin green peel. Inside that is the thick peel, which has it's very charif, very sharp when you eat it. And then the meat of the Esrogins, which is white. And even more internally, there is something which looks circular, in which you have the seeds, and that's called the seed chamber. Ches. For Rabbit, Rambam, the Rabbit argues, and Rambam is showing this what Rabbit says. Zeo shibush is a distortion. Elenegel foolish, but he saw mashu shenim naked, which is foolish, has to have some chisaron. Shenim foolish, but chisaron iser. If it's not mafulish, then the Mashir is the size of an iser. I can't show. Masika Rambam he is arguing the Rambam. Shaposim and foolish, I feel block who says that if it's foolish, it's possible even there's nothing missing. Even foolish, even though foolish, you need to have some sort of something missing. Rambam, even if it's not missing anything, it's still we should consider to be possible. Also, you should be machmir except the shas of chak, like the Ramah writes. In other words, you can be machmir if it's not chaser, even if it's foolish from side to side, and if it's also it's the size of an iser without anything missing. But we get back to the Arukh HaShulchan. Rashi, Rabbeinu, and Pesachim observe him. Many Pesachim hold like the Rambam. L'chein avogad the Rabbeinu, he says, "People go because of the puzzle nikev who meet Rabbanan." Even though but it says right that the psul of having a hole is only the Rabbanan, so I jump. And she would say something to Rabbanan with kulam. You come yesh lachmir, which is stringent. Came over Rabbeinu, but he says say base because of das Rambam stam. That's the Rambam shem yeshim I jump. But it says him like the Rambam, and then he says the Rambam's yeshim. Shira yisa sharmanu. The measurement of an Isra, which he said, it doesn't matter if it's round, ben shemur, if it's square, ben shemur, whether it is long and narrow. If in the total coverage of this surface, Kashir Isra has the size of Isra, it's possible. No, Kamu say Isra. We don't know how much Isra is. But those concepts, dinner cottons like a small dinner, which also we don't know what that is either. Test custom being Ramah base. So Ramah writes the Nogel actually had a kavish so we learn a day coating. Esrog trees have thorns. I discovered this when my Chavrusa guy had an esrog tree in his house, and it has very actually sharp thorns on it. So the Ramah says that holes which are made by the thorns, even though they're missing stuff and something as a result, is the way they're growing, therefore it's kosher. Me and Rosh ain't bus or kind talking naked possible, but if you look inside where the hole is made by thorn, you don't see that there's skin and flesh there. It's possible as far as shine, it's possible in the first far, I'll be shame and foolish. Even though it doesn't go through and through. If it's the depressive circumstances, make it like the second svara. As long as the chesron is less than isser, it doesn't go through and through. Ad kan l'shana. Bi'advar means to say glamish in the nekev ayidei kush ayidei kot kil trade. It's not that the hole made by pierced by a thorn is more lenient. Elenic, although that seems to be what I would say. Ella the lenient kenu. This is what the matter is. The neighbor gemara madami esok l'reil. The Gemara in Esog is there's a parallel made between Esog and a lung. V'reya kaim alad the kshesh b'guma, and by a lung we have a principle when it has a hole. Ima or kaim tachtisho shel guma. If the skin is intact at the bottom of the hole, share the lung is kosher. Alpha will be shnei even though there's some flesh missing. Was how we are there siman lamed vav. V'achinami Esog. So to an Esog, the yesh lefanim shebigul nichlas kotzim, and sometimes a thorn from the tree goes into the esrog, and therefore there's flesh inside the esrog missing. The peel at the bottom of the hole is intact. So you find this when the tip of the thorn is not particularly sharp, or shalom. Therefore, the skin is intact. Just the flesh inside has become somewhat, I guess, crushed or even dissolved. Shapur says sometimes you'll see that with an esrog which got its hole from by being pierced by a thorn, that it's going to grow a scab over it. And that's okay. That should be makel. But you don't see a scab, just a hole and stuff missing, even though it was made by the thorns as it's growing. It's still possible. We see that there's no intact peel at the bottom of the hole. Because I have two opinions. That's a Rambam apostle. Rambam is possible even if it doesn't go through all the way through to the sea chambers. If what's missing is not an Issa. Even though we hold like the Rambam, it's the Rabbanan. If it's oppressive circumstances, those that say that we're not sure if the skin is intact or not. Came in the arrival kosher, it's kosher even if it's not intact. Kosher ain't a kisser, as long as it's not the size of an isser and doesn't go through. The mind is inclined to agree with this. Whom be Rabbanan, since the psul is Rabbanan, which Rabbi Simchas. Kosh came to the Rabbi, Kosh Lagam, especially according to Rabbi. Especially when Rabbi holds his kosher altogether. So the Slavic is green lenient. The time said yearly. Therefore, he says, I think the Yesh Slavic Imabi Kisar, if you're in doubt whether the size of an Isser, Imlav or not, the Yesh Lakel. You're lenient, it's like Rabban. Like any other Slavic Rabban Lakula. Veins of Slavic it's not a Slavic which is out of ignorance. The Lav Shemay Slavic is not called a Slavic. Much Gabi Yor, they're simply confused. Came in the English so much as Zanenu, since Isser is not a prevalent coin in our day and age. A suffix hanel we call Adam. It's a suffix which is concealed from every person. The Shabi Arabic suffix, and it's a legitimate suffix which can stop as you wrote. It's only in oppressive circumstances. Sheyesh Acher, when there's another Esrog, they can obtain easily. Lama told something, why would they take a doubtful Esrog? Zel Kobi Amrishan, it is also only the first day. On other days, Kam Chaser Kosher. Even it's missing, it's still Kosher. Kamo, Sheyizbar, Basiman Haba, as we shall see next time, Siyat Ishmael. Shamizbar Obazir, this will be clarified further there. You have Esrog Shino Kob Sorry Vnim, and Esrog, who's into all its flesh inside, has become dissolved. But the outer peel is still intact. And the seed chambers are intact inside. Such as you can tell when you squeeze it a bit. Or showing that a seed through the outer skin, which I guess can be transparent. Is that the way word? Translucent. That it is that the inside the seed chambers are intact. Kosher. It's good. There's no by Big Gemara. There's a question the Gemara asks. Okay, we're leaving the time she goes down. It's the Rabbanon because it's the Rabbanon. Those are machmir. Those two is inclined to be machmir. So time you shouldn't speak of the came to speak of the Raisa. He said speak of the Raisa. Vutamu is astonishing the head because the Rosh Kula speak of the Rabbanon. You know, these are all subject to Rabbanon. Yeshish those say Mishum the Inyan who shall teire. The matter concerns is something which is a shel Torah and Esrog. Made a move on cloud. Arukh HaShulchan say understand it all. That's Bach. He doesn't say it. But then add that Tus relate to me. It seems that the Torah holds the Avodah the Shai to call him Psulim Rabbana, even though other holds are Psulim Rabbana. So he's explaining what just went on. If it's entirely dissolved inside, Lashme Esrog does haste Nish Ken Esrog. It's not called Esrog. It's a Psulim Midoraisa. The Shabbat says the should be machmir as much as possible. Your base, if it's cracked on its length, even something cracked on one side, Mero shows stuff up, but from beginning to end. Omega setting magil pnei kol orko ad, and the depth of the crack goes on its entire length. Ad rov omega klipa to the till it goes down to the majority of the thickness of a klipa of the thick skin. The klipa shin, that's the second skin. It's like then we explain seam side. I raise a puzzle. It's no good. I'll be shade on next klum go basar, even though the skin of the was not missing anything. But in something is left on top. Something is left on the bottom. Membrane on top, membrane on the bottom. Shalom is dark, which is not pierced. Ba'omek in depth. I feel the which they say, even if it's pierced on two sides, it's cracked on two sides. I make cool on its entirety. If there's left something on top and something on bottom, then it's kosher. It's like the trachea of an animal. If the crack touches the chaitem, that's the upper third of the esrog. I feel even the slightest crack is possible. They argue on this. Only if it changes the countenance of the esrog, it's between the chotem and the other places. It's and in the top part of the esrog is its primary hitter. The time which tama ain't chiluk ben chotem shar mekoymus. It says the chotem is not the ikar by nikav and nistak, where it's his whole crack, because the issue is that you have to take something whole, and it's not whole. It doesn't matter if it's whole in the chotem or whole in the other places. It's not whole in the chotem, not whole in the other place. Nevertheless, the issue who came the chotem apostle. Those who say that the chotem is more severe, however, is there renders it possible even the slightest, which I believe what minutes are minute grounds there. Arukh HaShulchan says brackets Taz Sob Sif Contest, Havaya Rabba Sif Contest Machshir, Family Avram, Become Yesh Lachmi Lo Shasatchak, now graduate to Ishmit Lagamre, says Shmachan Tzai Shasatchak, and he doesn't understand what about Tanya does not bring this down at all.